y'all, it's Lisa D again. I just got a text from my buddy Ray in Port Aransas. He was wondering what living things are made of. He asked, are plants and people and bacteria all made of the same stuff, or are we all made of different atoms and stuff? Man, Ray is always asking crazy questions like that. Do y'all want to hear what I told him? It's pretty easy. All living things are made of biomolecules. That's it. Anything that's living, any cactus, any mouse, any germ, even us people are all made of biomolecules. Pretty simple. Even simpler, there's only 4 of them. You only have to combine 4 big molecules to make life. That's crazy. Do you want to see what they are? Yeah? Let's make a chart. So here's what the big 4 are: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. Every living thing is made of the big 4. But what are they? Let's fill in the also known as part of our chart, all right? So carbohydrates are carbs, sugars. We've written that here, and let's do lipids. Lipids are fats and oils and waxes. Now proteins are, proteins. I guess there's no other way to say that. And to me, nucleic acids is just genes, genetic info. Actually, that's what the N and the A in DNA stands for, nucleic acids. See, learn something new every day. Now, these are big molecules. I mean big molecules. But actually, most of them are just long chains of smaller subunits. They're polymers. That's what the word polymer means, many units. It's Greek. In biology, we have to speak Greek all the time. So let's fill in the subunits here for our long chains. Oh, and BT dubs, you can call subunits monomers if you want to, but it doesn't matter to me, whatever y'all want to do. So carbs are simple sugars, or monosaccharides. That makes sense, right? Complex carbohydrates are made of simple sugars. And the word monosaccharide means one sugar. Now, here's a hiccup. Lipids aren't actually in a chain. They're big molecules, but no chain. I'm going to show you a picture later, but for now we'll just put none. Now, proteins are made of amino acids, and I mean a lot of amino acids. Picture a Mardi Gras necklace that's like 300 or 500 beads long, all right? Now, DNA is made up of nucleotides. If you look at the DNA twisted ladder that we all know, if you look really closely at it, you can tell it's just a bunch of subunits. Those are the nucleotides. So these are the different building blocks of the big 4. But why do we need these guys? Well, I was telling Ray from Port A that the way I see it, we need biomolecules for functions in our cells and functions in our bodies, okay? So let's look at for the functions of our cells. For carbs, it's actually kind of interesting. Let's go to a picture so I can show you better. The plant cell wall that we all know and love, it's actually made of sugar. It's a complex carbohydrate called cellulose. Let's include that, okay? Let's go back to our chart. Cellulose. So if you think about it, every plant cell wall is made of sugar. So why don't branches and leaves taste sweeter? I'll let you figure that one out. All right, for lipids, it's another cell part. The membrane of our cells is actually made of lipids. Specifically, it's called phospholipid. Think about it. Every single cell in our body has a skin of oil around it. So why aren't we all oily and stuff? Okay. Now, we need proteins for a very important reason. Some proteins are called enzymes. Enzymes break down molecules and they assemble big molecules for smaller parts. They speed up chemical reactions. Our body actually needs enzymes to break down food. Crazy important. Finally, there's nucleic acid, really just DNA if you think about it. Nucleic acids have the instructions to make all of our cells parts, and they tell the cells when to divide. Let's write that. For us eukaryotic types, you can find the nucleic acids in the nucleus. All right, one last comparison to make. Let's fill in this bad boy for how our bodies need these big old biomolecules, all right? Starting with carbohydrates. Now, we need sugar for energy. Think sugar rush, okay? So carbs are our body's main source of energy. Let's write that. We're gonna look at it as instant energy. Remember that. Then there's lipids. Now, we need lipids for energy too, but it's a different kind of energy. Think long-term storage, okay? I remember it as lipids, L, long-term. Let's write that. Now, us humans, we don't want to get fat, right? But think about a lion. He doesn't know if there's going to be any more zebras for the rest of the month. So when he has extra energy, he's going to store it up as fat in his body, just in case. So remember, long-term energy storage. What about proteins? Well, most of our body is actually proteins. Hair proteins, skin proteins, muscle proteins. Even the parts of our body that aren't proteins themselves are made by protein action, okay? So I'm going to put body structures here. And finally, nucleic acids are the instructions for life, right? They're like the molecule of inheritance and reproducing. It's the combination of genes that makes the instructions for making a baby. And if you want to know more about that, kids, you're going to have to ask your parents. But for now, let's put genes and reproduction for nucleic acids. All right, why don't we check out some pictures of these biomolecules to understand them a little better? Here we go. Let's look at carbohydrates. All right, we've got some monosaccharides there, some polystarches, and they're all made of a bunch of simple sugars chained together. See that? All right, let's look at a lipid. Now remember, a lipid isn't actually in a chain. It's pretty complex looking, but no chain. Remember that. Now proteins. Proteins get big and twisted and crazy, but remember, when you look closely at it, it's just a really long chain of amino acids. See? Finally, here's good old DNA. Now, you've known for a while that DNA is this twisted ladder, right? But have you ever looked really closely at it? You'll notice all the little subunits. These are all the nucleotides. See? So what do y'all think I told Ray Ray from Port Aransas? I told him we're all made of the same stuff. Every organism, from the tiniest germ to the tallest tree, we're all made of the big four molecules: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. It's pretty cool if you think about it. All right, sports fans, that's it for me. Until next time, it's Lucy D saying, you are what you eat.